Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Jurassic RimWorld Let's Play. So we're being raided by a bunch of tribals from the faction that offered us peace in the last episode. So apparently they were either upset that I didn't bother to consider their offer, or they really had no intention of making peace with us. Anyways, regardless, here they are, and it looks like they're firing on one of my boars. Yeah, I don't really care, to be honest. We will need to prepare some defenses, though. Probably going to set up around here, more or less. And unfortunately, we're in kind of a weird situation, because while we did manage to get back to base with everybody who was off on the mission last time, Gomez is having a bit of a mental break, and she has Riker's weapons. So Riker won't really be able to help us, even though he's almost healthy again, because he can't get his gun. He might be able to pick up a different gun, though I'm not sure we have anything available that's even remotely close to the gun he had. Maybe this bolt action rifle. But anyways, we'll want to get set up to deal with these guys. So let's see, Marin, you're gonna kind of take point on this one. I need you to come over here. Oh, you're all the way over there? Okay. Bruce, what are you doing? Why don't we have power over here? Why did we remove a conduit from the ground there? That's odd. Okay, well, luckily... Oh, no. That's a problem, actually. It says frozen won't spoil, but I don't know that that's going to last. I queued up these solar panels, and it looks like they removed the ability for me to build conduits there. In the meantime, let's do that, just to kind of work around it, and then hopefully that'll fix it. That is gotta be where it's broken, though. There should really be one there, too. I don't know why there isn't. Okay, well, that's unfortunate, but at least it's going to be taken care of. So right, I was looking for Bruce. Bruce, I need you to, I guess, set up somewhere over here. These damn trees are in the way. They're going to be taking up a lot of our space. Right, Z, I think we're just going to call up pretty much everybody. Tone, I need you down here. Boss. Edward, you're carrying a lot of weapons. I guess I'll let him unload his inventory and then head down here. She's doing the same. Tails, you could get over here. Virgil, I'll let Allison drop that stuff. I wish Gomez could help us. Elijah, we'll get you over here. And who else am I missing? Amanda. She's got grenades. That might be useful. Z's on her way. Tone, did I not give you an order? No, I did. I just don't see where. No, go somewhere over here. It's just not showing the line for whatever reason. I'm going to let Petra sleep because she was exhausted last I checked. Yeah, so probably best to just let her rest. I think everybody else is going to try to help us out, though. Riker, I would love for you to be able to contribute here. But, again, unfortunately, Gomez has your guns, so maybe, yeah, equip that bolt-action rifle and we'll see what we can do. You know what, Allison? I'm just going to ask you to come join the fight right now. Let's see, are they attacking yet? Nope, they're pretty hell-bent on killing that boar. Whatever. I've got a lot of boars now. How many boars do I have? More than I could ever need, so yeah. I'm not too worried about one of them dying. Alright, so let's hustle up and prepare for this engagement. If you could cut that tree down, that would be great. Because I need people to be able to, like, set up in these sandbags, kind of. Oh, another boar dead. Again, not a big deal. A lot of my boars are over here, though. Oh no, these are just regular wild boars. These are not mine. Okay, Wayne, why did you bring Mariachi over here? Okay, Bruce. I'm gonna set Bruce up here for right now, and he's gonna try to hold them back, I think. Oh no, we got cobras going after us too. Again, I don't really care. I wish our sandbags weren't so spread out. So go ahead and flick that on, please. And I think we're gonna have to cut these trees down too. I'll need to remember to catch them after they're done with that. Are they already firing? Oh, they're shooting at another boar. It's like, wow, that was quick. I didn't think they'd be able to engage us from that range, but no, they definitely can't. Okay. Marin, why don't you set up like here? Elijah, I want you near the turret. Z, I'll put you over there maybe. Virgil, I need you to not have our animals in danger, if you don't mind. Okay, and somebody's gonna have to lure them, I think. I guess that's gonna be Boss's job. Set up there, boss. And we should see them start to engage. Okay, there we go. Alright, boss, retreat just a little bit. Okay, somebody just got downed, I think. Nope. Okay, here we go. Unfortunately, you guys are kind of useless over here. So, what are we going to do about that? Tails, let's see. Go like that, please. Marin, I'm going to have you take her spot. Elijah, let's do the same with you. And then Z, I don't know. Virgil, I need you to dismount. And get over here. Maybe go help Bruce out or something, I don't know. Okay, so we killed somebody. Bruce is taking a lot of arrows. Alright, Marin, get over here. They don't look interested in pushing forward, so let's move up a little bit. And maybe get to that tree. Another one down. Tone, are you shooting? It kind of doesn't look like it. Why don't you target that guy? Tails, you should probably be doing that as well, because he's actually hitting us. Alright. Quite a few of them down. They haven't broken yet, though. Bruce, I'm going to pull you out of this fight. You're a little bit too beat up at this point. You better hurry, you're still in their range. Okay, there's another one down. Wow, these guys are like fighting to the end. Like the bitter end. Why don't we move up just a little bit? Alright, last couple. What, 3 left? Man, talk about high morale. These guys do not seem to have any intention of retreating. Okay, down to 2. And we're hitting them pretty consistently. Just a couple more shots should do it. God, we just cannot seem to land a hit on you right now. No? Not gonna happen? Tails, do me a favor and flank around. Okay, so we downed her. Everybody else is dead. Is that it? I'm pretty sure that's it. Did you die? I'm gonna ask for that to be hunted. I don't want anything else to start eating my boars. Green, are you worth rescuing? Oh, of course, a pyromaniac. Always damn pyromaniacs. I'm gonna say no. No, I don't believe so. Alright, Bruce, should probably go get yourself patched up. He is bleeding quite badly. Tone, anybody that's injured, go ahead and rest up. And Tails, I guess, put our friend here out of her misery. Right, and I think we'll just let everybody else get back to work. So that wasn't too bad. There was a lot of them, but not like an overwhelming amount. I completely forgot to tell Riker to come join us after he picked up that gun. Gomez is still just kind of wandering around. I might ask Virgil to like see if you can calm her down, because you have pretty good. Yeah, she's like starving at this point. He has pretty good social skill, right? Yeah. Let's make sure these aren't gathering spots. Okay, cool. So the prison's coming along nicely. If not for the chairs, we would be done. And of course, you know, whatever else we decide to put in here. But Adrian is working. He just seems pretty intent on being naked, unfortunately. Doesn't seem to want to put clothes on, but there's really not much we can do about it. Edouard, I think you should probably be here. Just so we kind of keep everybody in one place. We'll make that the guest bed. Okay. Major break risk. Petra. What's your deal, Petra? Yeah, she broke before. She was just wandering, though. But it looks like, yeah, she's basically trending to max mood. And she's hanging out within the psychic emanator as well. Or at least she was. Let's see. We got a group passing by. Bruce is getting patched up right now, which is good because he's bleeding quite badly. Oh, you lost a toe. That's unfortunate. Any other doctors gonna help us out here? No? What about Boss? Boss, how are you doing? Just some minor injuries. So Elijah's really the only other one in bad shape. So is this almost done? Yes. Okay. Could you tend to Elijah next, please? Alright, so another thing worth mentioning here is that I've adjusted our research just a little bit. I bumped arcade construction up to the front, and then we're going to do the turrets and the other stuff that we had queued up after that. Just because I want to be able to go ahead and use those arcade cabinets that we bought. You know, otherwise they're just going to sit there. Luckily they won't deteriorate, but they're just sitting on the ground right now, so I'd like to be able to get them combined with the cartridges and put in the arcade room. And we've started moving some clothing in here. I will eventually set it up so that guests can purchase from this, but right now there's still like some random items hanging out here that I'd like to make sure don't get thrown away. Why is this just sitting on the ground here? Z, what are you up to? Having a bath? Do you think you could maybe haul that first? Okay, fine. Put it in there. But that's probably a vest that we will use. Or even if we don't use it, I'd like to sell it. I don't want to just leave that sitting outside to deteriorate. What else do we have going on? Not much, though it does seem like our prison is working so far, at least with the single lone prisoner in there. He is eating nutrient-paced meals like he's supposed to. He's making components. I think he's also, yeah, he's keeping the prison clean. The only issue is he won't put the uniform on. So I'll have to see if there's a mod where I can like force him to do it. Or something like that anyways. Or at least something that will allow them to kind of do it passively. What just happened? these lights go out? We have plenty of power. Now, obviously, these are still disconnected. Wayne, I told you to finish this, man. Alright, so he's gonna go do that. I told him to put the steel there, and then he did it and went to bed. But if we connect around it, then we don't need to worry about, hey, where are you going? Nope, nope, nope. Do this one. And that one. Just in case they take the other one out, like he just did. Okay, so we got power here again. There we go. It took a little while. So I'm thinking I might want to try to incorporate another geothermal generator soon. It might be this one. Or is that really the nearest? I think it might be. We're starting to get kind of low on vents. Yeah, we've got 2 way out there, 1 way out here. That probably is the closest. Especially if we consider that this is technically the center of our base, or at least the center of the final base. Right now the center is like here, but this is supposed to be the northern half. We're also going to expand this way. So that will be closer to the middle than anything else. So that will probably be the next one. The issue is going to be getting conduits all the way out there. And then of course defending it. God, we got a lot of people beat up. Alright, so Gomez is no longer on the mental break, so she put Riker's weapons down. I don't see his rifle though. Oh, there it is. It's right here. So I'm gonna ask him to go switch that, because there's no reason for him to be carrying the bolt action rifle if this is available again. And that might be it. Although this is a little bit beat up. I'm curious, what does your body armor look like right now? 61%. This is, I don't want to do that math in my head, but it's like 3/5, so about 60% as well. Probably 61 or 62. Oh, it's right here. My microphone is blocking it. I was trying to do the math here, but yeah, 61%. But that is, my microphone takes up my vision from about here to about here, like that. Like I'm tracing my microphone right now, so I can't see any of that on the screen. And of course I miss something super obvious. I'm trying to get more like regular greenery to kind of fill in here. I wanted more trees, but the trees will only plant, like, you need a 3x3 area to plant a tree. So we'll probably only get the 1 tree, and then maybe just random stuff will grow in there in the meantime. But I'm cool with that. I might delete this zone though, and just let whatever happens to fill that in go for it. And then we'll do something similar over here, although I need to fill this in. Did we finish this? No. Okay, cool. So I can grab the blueprint from there. The issue is, where should this be? So right in line with the wall is where that should be, I think. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll fill all of this in. Then I need the trim, which is along here. And that should be all of this and that. I think that looks correct, yeah. What we could also do is, let's grab these walls, and I'm gonna start filling this in. So that goes out to the fence, and then up, and then let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, over, etc. And then I'll just not have them build that little piece just yet. Once we get that in, I can throw a roof over it though and tear this out. And then we can replace these wooden walls with the proper concrete ones. and eventually we'll kind of just keep pushing this over. Like, I'll rebuild the wall there, and we'll leave this as long as we can, but eventually I'd like to build a large warehouse to store all this stuff in. I don't know where, though. I'm not sure which side makes more sense. It could be this space here, though I do think it should probably be nearer to this building. So maybe it could be like here or there or something. But since all of our, or at least the majority of our production's happening here, I think it makes more sense for it to be here or near here. Yeah. So, whatever, we'll see. But I do need some sort of warehouse. I feel like these aren't putting out any light. Oh, okay. Outdoor lamps only function at night from 1700 hours, which is like 5 p.m. to 7 a.m. Somebody needs to go clean this out. Of course, they're just going to ignore it. So, Riker, sorry to wake you from your healing rest, but we need to empty the septic tank. I'm impressed how quickly we were able to deal with the massive overflow that we had. Last episode, we had like 10,000, actually closer to 11,000 chem fuel. I sold a lot of it and then gave some of it like a considerable, actually no, I gave a bunch of it away as a gift. I didn't sell any of it, I don't think. We did sell a lot of something, or trade basically. We kind of bartered it away for things we needed. But anyway, we got rid of a bunch of it and we still have 6,400. It looks like Allison's gonna go make some more. What was supposed to be stored in these? I'm trying to remember. I think this was the penoxycycline one. Yeah. So any penoxycycline we make should go here. I know that we're making it. I don't think we're making it fast enough though, because everybody should be taking it at regular intervals to prevent malaria, which so far we haven't had any trouble with, so that's good. But I do worry that if we fall behind on that, it could become a problem. We've also got Paradigm here, some herbal medicine, glitter world medicine, and regular medicine. So we've got kind of everything we need here. I don't remember what this one was, if it was anything at all. Just nothing. Okay, we'll have to figure out something for that one. I'm trying to think of like what else we would need that requires refrigeration in here. We'll see. But there really hasn't been a whole lot of health issues, which is nice. I mean, obviously we're taking a lot of injuries from combat, but even those have been fairly minor. The blood loss was the biggest threat for Bruce and Elijah. But, you know, once you staunch the bleeding, they're fine. Gonna have to repair his toe, though. Maybe we'll... Oh, that does remind me. Let's go through here and fix this. Not that it really matters that much, because we have so many of them at this point that if somebody decides to kind of snack on them, the packaged survival meals, that is. Somebody decides to snack on packaged survival meals, it's not the end of the world. But we'll fix that, and then you need surgery for your toe. So to repair his toe, it's just 2 medicine. Can't be herbal. I'm not going to bother repairing his rib cage because that'll heal naturally. So let's do this, and we'll just bump up the medicine a little bit. And Woody, I think we'll have you do the operation since it's in the evening, and you are pretty proficient at it. Before you eat, can we do the surgery? Ayala, you can go to bed. Actually, what is her... Yeah, Woody's still better. Though giving her practice on stuff like this wouldn't be a terrible idea. Okay, so here we go. Gonna fix that little toe. I don't know what medicine is gonna do to repair a missing toe, but maybe we have special medicine that will like help it regrow. I have no idea. But it looks like he's actually fully healthy now, short of that. His ribs are all healed. Riker's fully healed as well. And we got a psychic soothe, nice. Cool, so Bruce is really the only one that's hurt. Bruce, what's your melee skill look like? You should not be fleeing when enemies attack you. Research finished. Arcade construction. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and build the workbench that we need for that. I'll put it in here, but kind of out of the way, I suppose, because it's not something that we're going to use frequently. Suppose it could be outside even. We'll just have to build kind of an overhang over it. But that's not a problem. Yeah, let's throw that down right there. I will ask that we build a small lip to the roof. In fact, let's just extend this all the way across. It'll just be a little overhang. So it'll be built there. And then I will ask for one of these to be put in front of it. And then I will ask for a stockpile right there. And that stockpile will only contain arcade cabinets. That would probably be under either items or manufactured. I'm guessing items. So items, arcades. I want the empty cabinets, because the finished ones will just go wherever they need to go. So where would that be? Because I didn't see a blank cabinet here. Empty arcade, there it is. I just missed it. Okay. Cool. So arcade stuff will get done there. And I'll have to go through our cartridges and remember which ones I need to queue up, but we have, I think, 7. Yeah, we have 7 of them. So we'll have room for a few more, but I'm basically going to do all along the wall here, and we'll wrap it down this way a bit, so like that, and then like a center island of them. But I want to leave a too wide gap between the arcades on the outer edge and on the inner part, because if you're playing them, you need to be standing there facing them. And so if I have a one wide gap, then of course you can only play one on one side or the one on the other side, but can't have somebody doing both. Whereas here it doesn't really matter, because they just kind of need to be able to walk through and grab the clothing. So not a huge deal there. But we'll see. There may not even be enough arcade cabinets. Well, I suppose we could double up, because if you've ever been to a real arcade, you know, like they often have a couple of the same game like immediately next to each other, especially if it's a game where you can kind of play it co-op or do like a multiplayer thing. Like a lot of the racing games, they'll have maybe like 4 of them all next to each other that are synced up so that you can race each other. Though I don't think there's any racing games or anything like that in here. I don't know if we have enough steel tubes to get this done, but I would like to expand our power grid a bit, because our batteries are depleting overnight. Now, during the day, we're fine because we have a lot of solar power. But I would still like to be a little bit more... Yeah, like, see, when daylight comes, these are basically going to be empty. So I think we are going to have to... Let's see, power. We're going to have to go ahead and build this one. The question is, how do I want to go about it? Let's see. I guess I'll just run it across here, or I could do it here. We'll run it up that way and then over this way. And this might end up being temporary because there is going to be buildings in these spaces. And so we might be able to just hide the conduits in the walls, which means it will probably take a longer path. But, you know, it won't be exposed like it is now. So that's something that we'll need to get done at some point. And I would like them to go ahead and build these walls too. Do we have enough concrete? Because I would also like to start building these. And these don't require the paint, so they should get done a little bit faster. It says we have concrete. Suppose I could just check over here. 160, yeah, we do have a lot of it. Though this will be more than 160 because each one of these is 6. But that should be a nice little bunker for us to fight from. I think I briefly showed this off last time, but it's essentially alternating between there's 2 embrasures and then 2 walls and then 2 embrasures and then it's like wall in the corners and then 2 embrasures, wall, and door. And then again, I mentioned these little interior walls, which I can actually expand now because we're waiting on this getting terraformed. This is a little bit off as it happens. There we go. These interior walls are to prevent shots from traveling through. So if, for example, we're being attacked from all sides and somebody is, on the embrasure here firing out that way, somebody's on the embrasure firing out this way, and we have, an enemy returning fire, I don't want his shot to like miss this guy and then travel all the way through and hit the other guy on the back wall. So this will prevent the shots from going all the way through because these are not embrasured. And then, if we have non-combatants or anything, they can just sit in this middle part where they'll be relatively safe. If we really wanted to, we could put doors on these. But as long as these doors are closed, they should be safe because the gaps correspond with either closed doors or solid walls. So they'd have to have like a really peculiar angle to get a shot through, and even then it would probably just hit over here somewhere. So I don't think doors are necessary on the interior. It would just kind of slow down movement within there. I think this setup is fine. And we will eventually mirror that over to this side. Though I do want to retain this pond if possible, because I think it's just a nice little bit of nature to keep around. So I'll try to do that. Let's do some measuring. So from this corner to the corner of the fence, it's 13, right? Yeah, 13. So let's cancel that because I don't need those, but I will grab this. And then we'll do from this corner 13, and then of course I'll get rid of all these. Then how long is the actual fence? 7. And how tall? 16. Okay. So from right here we go 7, and then 1, 2, and then another 7. And then the height shouldn't really matter because it's just going to be all the way up to here, which that should be 16. Yeah. Okay. And if we go up here, perfect, and across, we can't actually build that in yet, so we'll need to terraform some of that and some of this, but it looks like we can keep the majority of the pond. So let's go into our terraforming, and I don't need to be paused while I do this. We're gonna soil, that's not the right way to phrase that. We're gonna put down soil on all the marshy soil there. Some of this might be stony soil, but I'm not that concerned about wasting like 1 wood when we have thousands and like an infinite number of trees to borrow from as well. I'm just gonna assume that this is all stuff that needs to be terraformed. If it's stony soil, it will support buildings, but it's easier for me to just kind of terraform everything than sit there and try to decide what needs it and what is fine. And then marshy soil, and then once that marshy soil is done, we'll turn it into regular soil. In fact, let's do a little bit more. Let's make this marshy soil as well, because I think it looks kind of weird to have like the water right up against the buildings. That's why I put down marshy soil here, so it looks like, the foundation's not leaking or anything. Though that's not actually a problem in this game. Alright, so that's going to be our second bunker. And then we'll fit whatever on the end there, and of course, whatever on the end here. What else? Since that's centered in terms of like where the overall base is going to be, again, this is like the center sort of square. We're going to have more of these, but probably like in this corner, up here, and up here or something. That way, no matter where you are in the park, there's you know, a safety bunker relatively close by. We may even do them in the center or something as well. Like we could have one here and then, you know, the corners. But we'll see. I need to, of course, have room for all the dinosaur enclosures too, and I want to have like one localized area for our farms. So that'll probably end up being like over here. Though it could be on this side because a lot of our scientists end up being the ones who are also working on that. So that might work to just have it in like one big space over here or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm gonna like fence it in and stuff. My goal, and I think I talked about this in like much earlier episodes, is eventually, let me grab a fence. I don't know if I'm precise enough from this distance. There we go. So you can see like the little white line here. This is the boundary for building. I want to be pretty much out to that point and have a chain link fence that runs the entire perimeter of that. So where we can build it, we're just gonna have like chain link fence forever. Except in like the center of each cardinal direction. So like this path right here, or this path, and that one. Maybe not this one because we're gonna have a big building up there. But on those paths, we're gonna have sort of like ways into the base, but they're going to be heavily defended. So that way, if anything spawns, it's going to spawn out on the perimeter. If they have sappers, they'll break through the fence, and that's something we'll have to deal with. But if not, then they'll just be channeled into those defensive areas, which should allow us to fight them more effectively. Because then, you know, we can kind of dictate the terms that the fights happen on. We can have all sorts of turrets and embrasures and sandbags and things ready. I don't like relying on traps. I get a lot of complaints because I'm not building like kill boxes or stuff like that, but these are role play series. I'm not just playing RimWorld. I'm trying to like create a world within RimWorld. And so in real life, you don't have like a temperature kill box protecting a theme park. You would have, you know, like security barriers and like a guard checkpoint or something like that. So that's kind of what I'm trying to emulate here. Like in the 40k playthrough, we were playing as Imperial Guardsmen, and so we had like pillboxes and not trenches, but like sandbag lines and things like that. In the World War 1 playthrough, we did have a trench line. So I'm not going to just do like the optimal thing every single time because that wouldn't make for an interesting playthrough. I'm going to do whatever is like thematically appropriate. And in this case, guard checkposts and things like that. Granted, you know, if you went to Disneyland, they don't really have heavily fortified defenses, but Disneyland's not in the middle of like a hostile jungle with tribesmen trying to murder you and pirates launching weekly raids. So we have to kind of, you know, adjust our expectations a little bit. What else? What else? I feel like there is a path that could be worked in here, so let's lay that down. I think that should go to like there, right? Something looks a little bit off. Maybe here? And then there as well. And we should grab the random pavings, and that should be there and here. I think that's correct. And then that path will eventually go through this, but that'll be gone when that happens. We will need to take down, let's see, if we go to orders, where is it? Do I not have the option? Ah, there it is. I need to remove the overhead mountain here, so let's start with that. We're slowly going to work it back to like here. But it is kind of finicky in the way it works, so if I ask them to do the whole thing, they might collapse it on themselves. So best to just do it kind of strategically. So I'll ask them to take that much down now, and this can be ignored, as it were. Cool. Item stash quest. How many days do we have? 25? A K2C, a Carl Gustav, and Dinosaur Fuzz, formal spy clothing. Okay. We'll do it. I don't know that I care about any of that stuff. A Carl Gustav is what do you call it? Like, I don't think it's technically an RPG, but it is like an anti-tank weapon. Anyways, let's continue with this. Keep walking it back. And we can go ahead and start putting in some of the soil here as well, I think. Did we get any of this done? Oh, we did. Cool. Not all of it, mind you, but some of it. So something I thought would be cool would be like a little bit of a fishing area here. So I think I do have, is it under production? There was like a pier. Yeah, I do have a fishing pier. So let's grab these, and I'm gonna bring this out just a little bit. Oh, I can't build there. Crap. I'm gonna have to terraform it. So let's see. I think it'll be 3, like that right there, and maybe we'll do the same over here. Once that's terraformed, I'm gonna have the paving kind of come out this way a little bit, and then at the end of the paving I will put one of these down, if it will allow me. That's weird. Huh. I'll have to see where it'll let me place this, I guess. Interesting that it'll let me put it there. I'm not sure I understand like the markings on there. I'd like it here. Maybe that little island in the middle is causing the problem. I'm willing to bet it is, so we'll turn that into water. I can do that. What kind of water is this? Marsh. Can I make marsh? I can make marshy soil. Yeah, I can. Okay. So turn that into marsh, please. And we'll see if that fixes it. I might even expand it this way just a little bit. But yeah, I think it'd be cool to have a little fishing spot there. We don't even need to have people like working on that. Just, you know, guests can come in, and if they want to like fish for, well, we'll call them prehistoric fish, but it's just going to be whatever the mod spawns, which they're not real fish. So I guess it kind of works. We can pretend. We'll see. Okay, so I'm going to ask them to put down soil as well in this spot. Or terraform that spot to have soil, I suppose. We're going to continue removing the overhead mountain in that area. Actually, we can just ignore it here. Doesn't really matter, just need to eventually get rid of it. I think we can get rid of this too. I don't believe it's supporting anything. We'll see. If somebody dies, then we'll know we're wrong. Okay. But yes, so we'll get the soil in here, and it's going to look just like this corner, where we'll have, you know, the bushes framing it, and then I'll probably just let the natural jungle stuff kind of pop up wherever it wants in the middle of that. And they're paving all this to match as well. By the way, I think I decided on a new color system. So orange is going to be production and stuff, engineering, things like that. Red is going to be sort of like park administration. So anything to do with like guests or security or anything like that is going to be red. So these places are going to have the red doormats. The hotel will have red doormats. I think the prison already has red doormats. Yeah. This will have orange. The warehouse will have orange when we have one. The what do you call it? Like the farming area, whatever that ends up being, will have orange because that's kind of production still. Research is going to be teal, and medical is going to be blue. So that's kind of the way we're going to do it now. We might not have any other use for blue other than this. But we'll see. Maybe we can come up with something. Well, with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you. The park's really coming along. I'm very excited to see how far we've gotten, and I can't wait until this place is like up and running in earnest. For the most part, we've just been, getting it set up. We haven't really been focused on too much that's guest related, but we're getting to the point where we can start doing that. And so very soon, I think we're going to start trying to pen in some dinos and see how that works for us. We're going to go for herbivores first. Carnivores might be a little bit too high on upkeep because we do have to feed them kibble or something, or they'll try to break out. But if we pen in an herbivore, as long as there's stuff for it to graze on, it should be happy and not try to get out. But we'll see. Our tests might fail and we might have to consider something else. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.